Yeah, very big welcome to you, my dear Sagittarius. The sun is in Pisces. Pisces here in Osho Zen Tarot is our past lives. And we recognize that the moon here in the sun is bringing us a deeper look into the subconscious, into our past lives. And what's fascinating here is that we can see the two hands are forming the entrance of the vagina, and the two salamanders are protecting that portal. And so here we see that now when the sun through Pisces is connected with the moon, that we get really a deep look into who are we really, right? But Osho always says, don't get stuck in your past lives. This life is important, and what are you doing with it? So the sun is giving the light to the moon. And of course, the moon is in your sign. And here we see Temperance, the blending of the duality, the masculine and the feminine, and the angel that you are, the rainbow that is coming up here when we unite masculine and feminine. So here, a fire sign and a water sign are coming together. In the planets, we have here Neptune that is ruling Pisces. Neptune rules our dreams and our mind. And for you, of course, you are ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter is that grandeur. Jupiter is always that hugeness, right? The bigger, the better, the faster comes from Jupiter. And so we can recognize that these are quite opposite planets, right? Neptune, more the dream world, more the interior world, and then Jupiter, who's like, let's get out there, right? Let's make ourselves as big as possible. The yoga position for Pisces is fish pose, and the two salamanders that are watching the portal is the upward and the downward facing dog. And so you can see that here is quite an interesting perspective now that is highlighting the moon, right? Through the moon, in the sun. Kind of like an oxymoron going on here. And then for you, I gave you Paschimottanasana, the forward bend. And this forward bend is giving you the insight, because you like to go out there, but you find the bigness deep within you. And so when we go deep within, we recognize that we are that guardian angel, that we are connected to a higher consciousness, which makes us big, right? That's the energy. Now we have the 18 and the 14 here. Each time the 10 is the Wheel of Fortune, which is connected with Jupiter. And the 8 is then the infinite strength that we can gain to come back again and again and again. And you get the 4, right? The 4 then is the Emperor, is that I am ruling when I know how to blend this in the Wheel of Fortune as that circle of life that is constantly pushing me into a new form, into a new perspective of this life. And that's why this life is so magic, right? Here in the Medicine Woman Tarot, you are the eagle. You fly high because you love to fly high. You love to go up. And is your birthday between November 13 and December 11th, then this is your court card. So you really out to get a perspective of the eagle, right? An eagle perspective, a bird perspective. So you're not in the drama, you're out of it. You're the 9th house of belief and philosophy and learning. And so you can see how she's sitting here really beautiful and meditating. And of course, as Sagittarius, you are discovering the worlds, right? You are going out there, and we should be glad to have someone like you, right? Because some people are shy. They don't feel like they are made to go on adventures and discovering new worlds. They like to be at home, and so each person has their respective energy, right? Some are more at home, holding the families together, and some others, they go out and they like to be explorer, right? Adventurer. So everything has its place here in this dimension. Back to the last reading, where Aquarius Sun gave Sagittarius Moon the light. Go up and see from a bird eye perspective all that you got. So you had here the Empress on the position of Uranus, right, which was last time the message, and you had here Aquarius. And just that you know, Pluto, the planet of transformation, is going into Aquarius, and we're going to be facing a lot more mental situations, disturbances. And so it's very important that we really learn how to work with the brain. Now, Neptune also rules the Hanged Man, and so here the Hanged Man is the vision, and we're going to look into the creativity oracle and see what the Hanged Man, or this vision, wants to bring you, because a vision is something that we use to walk the talk, to walk the path. And it's not the goal. The vision is not the goal. The vision is what makes you walk, right, the path. And it's important that you really feel that. It's important that you understand that. That a vision is a guiding light for us to continue, right? And so here you get this beautiful card. They are made out of fabric. And here is the message: habits. Examine habits that may impede the pathways to your goals and encourage beneficial ones. The number 6. So the 6, clear 6, is actually the Lovers, and you see there is a couple here, and there is a house up here in the mountains, and there is a tree of life, right? And there's another tree. There's a tree here and a tree here. Each one of them has a tree. And so the vision is to understand your habits that might impede your pathways to your goal, to see in the water that you are reversed as the Hanged Man, and that you form a whole, that you form a circle. So is now here the masculine and the feminine forming a circle. And so the 6, the Lovers, right, your opposite sign, Gemini, that's when you get your full moon, light. And we are going to read to the right. We're going out to the full moon. You show yourself. You're going to the light. The 12, here again, the Wheel of Fortune plus the High Priestess creates the 3. And the 3, the Empress, is then creating something new. And so the 6 and the 3 is the 9. Then you come into a completion. Then you come into a place where you recognize that your habits may impede your goal, and that your habits are important, but if the habits are blocking you, then you have to look at them, right? And so Neptune is bringing you the message, right? Look deeper into your habits, look deeper into why you're doing it, how you're doing it, And then recognize the 9, the completion, right? Important. Always the 9 is that moment where the hermit is appearing. And the inner alchemical transformation is saying, well, then you have found the most important person in this world, and that's you. On the position of the Fool comes here the 3 of Swords, and the 3 of Swords is Saturn in Libra, and so the 3 and the 0 is a 30, and you see 1 sword pointing up and 2 swords crossing, pointing down, and it means the 2 here are now challenged to recognize this 1 energy that's pointing up. The 2 people, the 6, right, plus the 3, always see then there's a 9 to this direction, and there's a 9 to the upper direction. There is a 9 going forward and a 9 going upward. And so this new seed here of the 3 of Swords is letting you know, unite duality so that you can come into the 1. Because Saturn is the border, Saturn is the finger, and so there is something that is letting you know this 3 is more of a difficult 3, because usually they put in here the relationships drama, right? 2 men and 1 woman, or the reverse. So have a look into this, because it's almost saying this foolish idea that you feel something is not right maybe in your relationship, that you are now maybe able to look into again what Uranus is wanting to tell you as this new beginning in the way you combine, right, the duality and then get that 1 sword pointing up. Just observe, become the observer, right? We always keep saying that. Then on the position of the Magician. The Magician is connected with Mercury, comes the Council. And the Council is the 11. And the 11 is then a portal. A clear-cut portal plus the 1, which is 3 times the 1, the 111. And in the 111 you have the empowerment, right? The strength out of your 3rd chakra to say, yes, I know how important it is to recognize that I empower myself, that I'm the magician, that I'm the resources that I command in this beautiful rainbow mandala, where I have all the resources, where I have everything I need, right? It's very beautiful, and he has the tools here in front of him. So this is a very important moment here, right? That you recognize here the 111 portal 3 times. And I want to see what is coming up here through the Council that is talking to you, and the Council is bringing you the Lovers. So you get a 6-6 portal, but the Lovers came upside down, and so the 6-6 that is here talking to you is the creativity in the way you communicate with your partner, right? The habits that have formed in the way you are with your partner, and not trying to discover him again and again. And the interesting thing is that when we see the card reverse, right, this is upright. And so here we recognize that there are 2 cups, and that there's an opening between the Emperor and the Hierophant, and that the Sun is here. But look what happens when I turn it around. It's like a smiley face. Really sweet, actually, right? And so the reversal usually saying, well, you're not there yet. Something is maybe trying to talk to you, right, through the 6-6. Again, this relationship, the 3 in between here. It's kind of like, what's going on, right? Is there another person? Have you fallen out of love, but it makes you smile? Are you happy, right? Because when we leave someone and we feel good, it's the sign that you need to go, right? When you leave someone and you don't feel good, it's not the time yet to leave. It's still time to work it out. And so the council is letting you know, have a look at this, because we get the 3 times 1 and the 6 here, but you have also, of course, a 66 now, 2 times the 6 as a portal. Then on the position of the High Priestess comes the Emperor. And the Emperor is facing out. He is actively searching for new land, for new possibilities, for new ideas. And there comes another 6. The 4, right? The 4 elements, but also the heart, right? And then the 2, the 6 here brings you 3 times the 6. And it's almost saying, well, the council that has told you something is not working in your relationship, something is not talking in a good way, right? So you have a 6 here, you have a 6 here, and you have the 6 here. So the 2 people that have here these habits and the vision that you got, right, that something here in this relationship is not functioning. What it is, you have to figure out, right? I'm not going to tell you exactly what it is, but I'm telling you that there is something that you need to look at. And so here we have a Gemini. When you have the Sun in Gemini, you're going to get your full moon. Then you have Aries, which is in the next reading. Sun in Aries is already talking. It's almost like, I'm going to get out there. And here the High Priestess is like, but you got to look deep within, my dear Sagittarius. Yeah, but I got to go out there. And you love to go out there. So this 6 is kind of like, okay, trust your intuition. Trust the feeling that you get, that maybe that smiley face that you see here, right, is saying, well, you got to go. You got to leave this relationship. Who knows, right? We don't know until we did it. And if the relationship breaks because of it, then it's supposed to break. But if they can endure certain things and things are really, you're still working on it, then it's meant to be, right? Then it's a really powerful relationship. So you have 3 times the 6. The empowerment in knowing that the 6 is a holy number, that the 6 is masculine and feminine united. And here you have the 3 of Swords, right? So there is a 3, there is one part of that 6 that is talking here to you, but it's in your mind. And sometimes, of course, we see 3 swords through a heart, and it's like a painful situation that is unfolding here. And so have a look, right, with Aries, what comes up here so that you understand. Then on the position of the Empress comes the High Priestess. So the 3 and the 2 is the 5, and you, the 14, calculated together is the 5. The 5 are our 5 senses, and the 5 senses block us to go into the 6th sense, but the 6th sense, right, which you understand now, is that part in us that finds the 3rd eye. And of course you have the 6 here in reverse. Understand that the council is bringing you an important message. Now, when I just look at these 2 cards, it's kind of like a date, the 6th of November or the 11th of June, right? Find out for yourself what date works for you. So the 5 senses. Understand that duality always is playing on us. Right, left, inhale, exhale. And that's why we can give birth to new creativity. And so the 2 and the 3 together, the most powerful women come here together, you will able to overcome the five senses. You will be able to see that the five senses are important. There are windows, and the Empress is Venus, and through Venus we get again the beauty that we wish to see in this world. But what's really interesting is that he's looking at her and she's facing him, so it's almost like he's almost like talking to her. It's like, yes, you understand, right? I need to go, I need to move, and the 4 is pushing you out there, right? I need to go. And the High Priestess is always facing the left. The left is the new moon, is the introverted path. The right is the full moon, is the extroverted path, is showing yourself in this world. But also know that you deep within need to understand there is something that is more powerful in the within than in the without. You can only be powerful when you have the within also completely connected, right, to you, who you have become. Then on the position of Sagittarius, right, Temperance, comes here the Ace of Arrow. Now you see that the arrow is pointing up to the spirit. She's focused, she's clear, and that's exactly what this sword is bringing to you, right? Recognize that deep within you know how to cut through duality, how to cut through the game of life. The game of life is that through duality we're able to create. Without it, there would not be this bounty. There would not be the next generation. So understand that this is now coming to you. So the 14 and the 1 is the 15, which is Capricorn, which comes after you. And Capricorn is, of course, the social status, the career. Seeing how you focus your career into the 15, become not attached to it. Do not cut yourself off the source, but be the source, because the 15 turns again into a 6. So now you have 4 times the 6. And 4 times the 6, it's like now the heart understands the 6. The heart understands that certain habits have made me become who I have become, have brought me information, the inner teacher, the wisdom that comes from deep within, have brought me then this smiley face, even though my relationship somehow is not really functioning the way it should function, right? But through those difficulties we learn. And then the Emperor, I go out to the full moon, but I encounter the High Priestess and I will have a talk with her. I will let her know, hey, just that you understand, right, how everything functions. So now with the Ace of Swords and the 3 of Swords, you have 4 swords. And 4 swords is the meditation. 4 swords is calming yourself down. The 4 is the Emperor that knows, I am the ruler. I am empowered. So I don't have to use power because I am power. I don't need to get more power because I am powerful. And so this is the kind of leader that gives you now here then the Ace of Swords, the 6 that is talking to you and helping you to understand, unite, right, deep within in your subconscious, because the moon is the subconscious. Unite the energies, because that's how we learn. Then on the position of the eagle, you get the 3 of Swords again, and it's really powerful, right? Because now look at this, you have the 3 3 and the Ace. So you have 7 swords, and 7 swords is understand that you do not want to fight, understand that you do not want to compare, understand that you are learning to see in the heart the arrow, right, that is giving you the empowerment deep within, and that you understand all of a sudden what the 3 of Swords are all about, right? Because here in this tarot, it's really beautiful because the way they explain the cards, it's really something, right? I want to read it to you. Here they are. Prayer. I allow the information I need to come to my senses by paying attention to what is before me. I see that the world gives me whatever is needed if I simply open my eyes and ears. The world is giving me constant feedback on the thoughts I hold in my mind. It provides clues to where I might find what I am looking for. I pause, I listen, I follow my heart. Grandmother, guide me with the star-bright song of your timeless way. I seek to bring plenty to my people. So the Three of Arrows, right? Listen to your heart. Listen to your heart. It knows, right, best how to focus, how to really go towards the Ace of Swords, and here the Seven of Swords is then you don't need to fight with yourself anymore, right? The Seven, the crown chakra. Really feel that then the 9 and the 3 is the 12. The 12 is the vision, and this vision is bringing you the habits. What kind of habits have you created so that you're not feeling your heart anymore? Feel your heart, and you will be able to heal anything, right, that has come here through this number, the 6, right? And so know that then the 3 is left. The 3, again, is helping you to uplift, is helping you to go and see from an eagle perspective that your heart is the biggest magnet that you have in your body. And if you don't use it, right, then you will always walk after other people and not recognize that you have deep within you everything you need. Then on the position of the Pisces energy, right, comes here the projections, the number 7. Now, this is really interesting, right? We have the relationship through the Lovers, through the 6, and now you get the 7, and you see how they're projecting something out, right? They do not show the real I, the real self, and they're projecting something out in this relationship. And I think that's why you get in here the Lovers reverse, right? Because if I calculate the Magician and the Lovers together, then I have a 7 here. And so it makes sense then with this 7 that the 7 of Cups, the illusion is that you think you know the other, but for some reason you do not. You are awakening to something, right? And you are now recognizing you do not want to pretend to be something that you are not. And that's the only way that you can uplift this moment, because the 18 is the 9, calculated together. The 9 and the 7 is the 16, the Tower. Something's got to go, something's got to leave, so that you can really show who you are. And then the 7 is left. For me, the 7 is, of course, the Chariot. But the Chariot for me is the emotional intelligence that we show when we are interacting with others, right? And so the 7 is left, and you are noticing now that you have a chance to correct that, a chance to learn one more time in this relationship something, because it's not lost yet, right? Let's see. Then on the position of the Moon, which is here the Dream Oracle, comes the Watcher, the transpersonal, the number 60. So you have again a 6. Now you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times the 6. And 5 times the 6 is bringing you, watch now how you project. Go into the eagle perspective. Go up. Go into the court card, right? Go into the eagle. Watch what you're projecting onto the other. Watch that you are here in an illusion, and that you can heal this, that you can actually create here a very powerful energy, because you also watching the 3 of errors here, right? It's important that you then see the vision, the vision that came here through the 12, right? Because this is also the 12, and then the 3 is left. But what brought you the vision is the habit. What kind of habits have come to your relationship that you are projecting? And so here the 6, again, the lovers, comes as a 60. And that 60 is saying, hey, now see the relationship, right, from a higher perspective, from the light up here, from the eagle up here, right? Go up and detach yourself from that I, right? Feel the heart. Go into your heart and know what is in your heart. Do you love the person? That's all you need to know. Do you love him or you don't? If you love him, you will do anything. If you don't love him, then you need to go. And you will see that from up here. And so, of course, the 18, right, is the 9. The 6 is the 15. Again, climb up the mountain, right? Do not get attached, right? Do not cut yourself off of the source, which is always the 15, Capricorn, the devil, right? Sometimes when we are cut off from the source, then we blame the other, that he is the reason that I feel the way I feel. No, you are responsible for everything in your life. And the 6 is left. So what comes when you are the watcher? Then here the 3 of discs are coming. And those are all 3 earth signs, right? Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. And she is standing in front of a birth hole. She is creating a new her. And since it's reverse, it's almost like that's why you need to go up. When we go up, we could also go down, right? So really see what's happening here. It's important that you recognize this relationship has something, but you need to let go of this, right? You need to see it from a higher perspective, and maybe you give it a chance, right? Because Taurus and Virgo and Capricorn, they're very loyal. They're very like, yes, I am here. The earth is our ground, right? And you as a fire sign, of course, you're like, okay, I'm like up in the air, right? And I want to do things, and I want to experience things, and I want to have fun. But here you are, right, with your partner. And so maybe have a look into the quality of Taurus, of Virgo, and of Capricorn. Then on the position of the sun comes here the earth, the 15, that's Capricorn. Then you have seen from a higher perspective, you have watched, right? And then you are realizing, yes, I am the consciousness, right, that I want to see in this world, and that I want to live through relationships. Without a relationship, I don't know who I am. And so the 15 here becomes the 6, the 19 becomes the 10, and we have, of course, the 16 again, the tower moment, right? And the tower is saying, let go, and the 7 is left. The 7 is, again, the emotional intelligence that you need to understand that here in this life, we project because of the duality, right? And so when we project, notice how you project, because the 16 here as well is saying, let go of all of that, right? You don't want that. And then the 7, the emotional intelligence, comes to us because we have realized something. And so the emotional intelligence is coming here as well. Then you can go out and be the woman and go towards your full moon. But because you have worked on yourself, right? Because you have looked at yourself in the mirror. When you see your partner, you see yourself. If you nagging, then their nagging is deep within you. And I want to see what comes here. And it's the Two of Swords reverse. The Two of Swords is connected with the moon in Libra. And so we have 3 swords, then 1 swords, 4, then again 3, it's 7 swords, and now we have again 2 swords, 9 swords. Then comes the completion that the vision has brought you, the habits, what kind of habits. And it's really cute because the stork is showing her how to balance in that thinking, in that 8. But because it's reverse, it's somehow saying, try again to really be honest with yourself, no matter what's happening in your relationship, right? No matter what you see or don't see, no matter even if you see now a smiley face, right? And in this way, you don't see a smiley face. So recognize that everything is talking. And so, of course, we had the 7 here, calculated all together, and the 2s, the 9. The 9, the completion. So you can go out, you can be reborn, right? Because you already had the birthing hole here. And so here, the rebirth, the sun, then you can begin a complete new step out because you watched what's happening, right? And you are seeing then that the 2 is always, again, the 2 swords that are crossing here. It's always the duality, right? And you have the antidote. You have the Ace of Swords. So you know how to think and how to go through breathing exercises into the one and only. And then you can also balance. No problem, right? That balance is clear. And the 9 is then the completion. And then we have on the position of the World, the last card here, the Dancer. And the Dancer is bringing you the 6 of Cups. And you have 7 cups, and 6 cups are 13 cups. So the transformation is then that you look back at this and be like, wow, I'm glad I didn't just leave. I'm glad that I recognized again who I am in the past, but who I have become now, and that I'm not just running away when it gets a little bit difficult. I am seeing the projection, and I'm seeing that the 13, the transformation through Scorpio, because this is connected with Sun in Scorpio, is bringing me a new perspective. And she's looking at that, right? She's looking at the 6. And so the 21, the 3 and the 6 again is the 9. So then you have a 9-9 portal here at the end. But most of all, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times the 6, right? In a way 7, because this is a 6 as well. So 6 times the 6, it's all in your third eye. When you recognize the teachings of the Tarot, it's spiritual, right? It's knowing the third eye. It's knowing that you have to overcome the 5 senses here through the High Priestess, through the 2, right? The 2 portal that is telling you, well, she is fighting every moment the duality. She is working every time with the inhale and the exhale on being in the center, right? Being in the one, being focused up in the third eye. See, this is so beautiful the way they show here already the solution, and also of course here the solution, right, of the 3 of arrows. Know that in your heart how important it is to follow your heart, because then we can see that the 666 portal here, look at that, then you can be more empowered. Then you know, I was a child back then when I met this person, and now I realize that I want to not do what I did back then, and I want to change it, and I want to make this relationship strong, and I want to really work on it, whatever it is that I can do to save it. But if it's meant to be, right, that it's not there anymore, then you have to let go and understand that the counsel, the inner knowledge brings that to you. It's not that other people. The counsel are you. You decide, right, what you want in a relationship and how you want to live it, right? The 6-6 here again, right? 666. I mean, the 6 is really talking to you. And I think that's then the end of the reading, that the 6 times 6 is literally saying, yeah, then you go out and you take that world again. But always remember this, that the 7 and the 6 is the 13. The 13 then to calculate together is the 4. You can only go out there again if you have realized that you're not projecting again, and that you are now arriving, right, in the 6, in what you want, what your vision is wanting to tell you. Recognize the 9, always the completion deep within you, within a relationship or within yourself as that person that you have become. Wow, what a beautiful reading. I hope I see you in the next one. Sun in Aries is talking through the High Priestess. Until then, I thank you so much for being with me. Namaste.